Welcome, flip clock fans. By special request, we have the Westclox Model 12181 back on the table. I did a video about this about 3 years ago, and this has been on my desk since that time. However, I don't let this run. It is a wind-up clock, and as you can tell, it makes a lot of noise. Now,
some people like to hear what the alarm sounds like in various flip clocks.
Well, here it is. The person who contacted me wanted to see a little closer look at the actual mechanism of this clock. The clock first showed up in the 1973-1974 Westclox catalogue. It was described as the Westclox key-wound digital alarm. It came in two models, the model number 12181, which was described as gold color with white, and the 12183, which was described as wood tone. So I'm going to show you, hopefully fairly quickly, how to get into that mechanism to take a look at it. So the first thing I've done is remove the two screws. You need to get this unscrewed. Loosen these two screws here. Now the funny thing is, I was looking at the video, I hadn't seen it in a while, and what was happening was this was not flipping to the next hour, and I checked it out, and it was still not doing that. But I went ahead and fixed it, and I was talking about different ways to fix that. The way I fixed it was I just took this tine here and bent it back just a little bit, bend it back that way, and so now it works perfectly. So just hopefully really quickly, I'm going to show you how to get into this mechanism. This is called the bell, and it's called the bell because it is the bell that rings. So to get these knobs off, you'll see this winds the alarm, this winds the actual clock. You go backwards, you just unscrew that. These are pull-off. I'm a little bit leery of that because I don't know what the plastic's going to be like, if it's going to break, but it's brass here, and it's just gets pulled off. So we'll pull it off here too. And then undo 3 screws here. Now this is the speed adjustment, so I'll want to be careful when I put that back on. So here we go. It says no jewel, General Time, Japan, unadjusted. So General Time was the holding company that owned Westclox and Seth Thomas back in the day, but it's clearly it's a Japanese mechanism. And a lot of people know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It says no, 0 joules. And what that means is on a lot of these pivot points where these posts come in, it's just metal to metal. So on a jeweled clock, there will be a sapphire, usually a synthetic sapphire, that has a hole drilled in it, and the post goes into that, which is going to make this last a long, long time. So this has no joules. Unadjusted, there's really no clock like this that's going to be adjusted. Adjusted means the clock has been worked on so that it will work in multiple positions. Now that's mostly for a wristwatch. It's not for these kind of clocks anyway. But that's what no joules unadjusted means. So you see here, you've got the spring for the alarm. Let's see if I can get that alarm to work. Where's that thing? Is it this? Yeah. See that? All that's doing is banging up against this bell. So this is the spring, the main spring that's building up the tension to allow the mechanism to work. Now, of course, the person who asked for this knows all that stuff. Just showing you. I always call these tick-tock clocks. That's the balance wheel. Then you've got the release of the energy here. Slowly. So this mechanism looks pretty clean for a clock that's just been sitting there doing nothing for 3 years. So that's it. I just wanted to give you a look at the inside of this clock, how to get into it, and what's going on with it. Now I'm going to deal with this clock ticking for the next day and a half to 2 days. I don't know how long it's going to go. That's all right, I guess. Well, thanks for taking the time.